the program featuring the news and interests of the African American community. Here's your host, Sandra Bookman.
Historically black colleges and universities, or HBCUs, were established before 1964 with the intention of serving the black community. Every year, prospective college students from our area make organized visits to schools like Morehouse, Spelman, Hampton, and Howard. Joining us today are the coordinators of the New York City Omega Black College Tour, Mujaheed Bey and Barbara White, along with Ricardo Nichols. He's the coordinator of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity's Black College Tour out of Westchester. Thank you all for being with us this afternoon.
Thank you for having us.
You walked in and the first thing one of you said was just how excited you were to be doing this kind of work. What is so great to you about being able to offer this experience to prospective college students?
Absolutely. We're excited about the situation because it gives us an opportunity to give these New York City children an opportunity to see college campuses and college life away from New York City that they might not have had the opportunity to see at all.
And Barbara, what is so, for you, when you talk to the students about the tour, what do you tell them is so unique about these black college campuses?
I tell them that they get the mirror image of themselves, but in a professional aspect. Because often their images of each other or what they see on TV and media, they don't get that in their neighborhoods. So once they walk on these campuses and they see people who look just like themselves, who are doing what they're supposed to do, it just elevates them and uplifts their entire families.
Now, Ricardo, I know you're a graduate of Morehouse College. I'm a huge fan of Morehouse, lived in Atlanta for a long time, love the Atlanta University, that campus area. What experience did you have there that you feel like you might not have gotten at another university?
Got the experience of building a community, building a family. They instill that idea in us through our convocation that we have every week. Through that experience, it got me involved with youngsters, mentoring, and that helped me to become a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity. And through my work with Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity, I'm doing this college tour, and I wanted to show these kids the opportunity to see that there's a lot out there for them, that there is a big family out there for us.
And it is a big family. I have friends that went to some of these HBCUs. That's what they tell me. It is like a big family, and you said it, Barbara. You're looking at yourself every day. Mujaheed, about the tour specifically. Now, when do you start? When's the prime time for taking kids on this tour?
Okay, prime time for us will be this weekend. We will be departing from the Harlem Kennedy Center at 6 a.m. and we'll have a 6-day, 15-school swing from New York down to South Carolina, Georgia, and back up north. We'll be back the following Friday.
What schools are you visiting this time around?
We'll be at Virginia State Saturday, then we'll head up to Atlanta. We'll do Morehouse, your alma mater, Clark, and Spelman. Then we'll head back North Carolina, and we'll hit up what's that, A&T?
Right, North Carolina A&T.
Benedict, and Winston-Salem?
Johnson C. Smith.
Charleston C. Smith. Then we'll come South Carolina, and we will hit
Clafton.
There you go.
So they get a good look at what these campuses have to offer.
Yes.
They get a great look at the campuses.
Yeah, and they do all have a different personality.
Yes.
So you get to find the school that has the curriculum you're looking for, and I guess the personality that fits you.
Absolutely. And a lot of these young people already have an idea of the schools they would like to attend. So now they can take that dream that they have and match it to reality. And that just elevates their lives.
Now, Nicholas, as far as your tours.
Yes. Our tour, we do our tour during spring break in March. We're going to be leaving March 24th, that Monday, and we will return that Friday, March 29th. We still have room available, maybe about 10 seats left. So if you're interested in attending our tour, we're going to be visiting mainly the schools on the I-95 corridor.
What are some of those schools? I know some of the same schools.
Yes, Cheney University, Morgan State, Howard, Hampton, Virginia State. Those are a few schools. We're going to probably attend 11 schools this year.
And how many students are you guys going to be taking?
We have 50 for this tour.
And you, Nicholas?
And we usually take about 70 to 80 kids on our tour.
And cost, what are we looking at as far as cost? And
well, the tour costs $817 per student. The donation from the students is only $300. So the Omegas, we fundraise and we do different things and we get donations, and that $517 comes from the Omegas as the scholarships to the families.
And this is certainly work that all of us should want to contribute to.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Just feedback that you get from the students and the parents about how important this tour and how much they look forward to it, because I'm sure they hear about it from friends or family, and so when their turn is coming up, they have to be excited.
Yes, they're very excited. Ms. Barbara does a very great job of keeping in touch with the students even after the tour. So this year we had a great number of students that came back to work with her as ambassadors and just to help facilitate the interview process for new students, to help give icebreakers during the workshops on the weekends. They're very involved. Their parents come back. They even cook for us. They assist us in everything we need administratively, and you know, just some of the unforeseen things that we don't see, they help us along with all the time.
And Barbara, how important is all of that help and the people coming back year after year to contribute?
It is amazing, because without those young people being involved, it would be very difficult for us and their families. They come, I can call them, I can text them, and I'm like, I need you to be here at 11 o'clock to set up the room, because we have 4 workshops leading up to the tour. We don't just go on tour, so we give them a vast knowledge of the history of historically black colleges and universities, in-depth PSATs, SATs. We have an array of professionals that come out and speak to them to let them know what it is to be a professional and to how to guide their lives. We do etiquette. We just do so much preparing them for the tour. And these young people and their families, they come and they applaud us. They never get tired of it.
And we want to make it clear that even though there's a trip coming up, you're accepting applications and that kind of thing.
We will be accepting for the 2014 tour once it's laid out, because there are 105 historically black colleges and universities, and our plan is to visit all of them. So our next tour, we're going to add and delete some schools. So once that's together, we will be accepting.
Okay. So nobody's missed out on anything.
Oh, no.
And Nicholas, you know, one of the things in our research, you start talking about all the opportunities there are out there for African American students, and some people have raised the question about, well, students don't necessarily have to go to a historically black college now. They can go anywhere they want. But that experience is unique, and there's a lot of people that say that the education that you get, there are certain students, the education they get at a historically black college is really attuned to them, and in many ways a student will you know, succeed even more because they study harder, they work with more confidence. Just your feelings about that, considering you did graduate from Morehouse and now you're introducing other potential students to these colleges.
Yeah, that's true. Excuse me for a second. That's true, because you're not just a number at a black college. You have support. When you miss a class, your professor will talk to you the next day, ask you how come you wasn't in class, different things like that. So there's a lot of support system built around in a historically black college university, whereas at other schools you don't really find that support. You in big halls, nobody really caring about you.
You may get lost in the shuffle, so to speak. Because there are some huge, I remember having classes that were 200 students in a class.
Exactly.
In fact, I think I had one that was like 400, huge auditorium. So there is something, we talk about smaller class size, that is certainly something that HBCUs
and that's
offer.
What a lot of students need, especially coming from a city and going down south. You really need that support because you're far away from home, so you need that support to help guide you through school.
Now, before we go here, we want to give your the contact information. So I know there's a website that folks can go to if they're interested in finding out more about your tour. What's that website?
It's xiphichapter.com, uppercase BCT.htm.
Okay, because we're putting it on the screen so folks can go there if they want to donate, find out about applying for that tour. And also there is an email address where folks can contact you, Nicholas, for information about your.
Yes.
And we're going to put that on the screen as well.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you all for being with us. You are doing very important work, and we look forward to having you back, perhaps some of those students that have benefited from the tour.
Thank
you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Next on here now, the stories of unsung African-American heroes on the Western Front.